In 1974, classic rocker Dave Mason, a British guitarist, singer-songwriter, and professional musician since age 16, was struggling. He had played with all the greats of the era, was a member of the band Traffic, and even had written a pair of top 40 hit songs, Feelin' All Right in 1969 for Joe Cocker, and Only You Know and I Know for Delaney and Bonnie in 1971. Bad business deals and near-miss albums had left him deep in debt. In 1973, he moved to the United States and signed a record deal with Clive Davis at CBS Records and put together a new band. He brought in a drummer, Rick Yeager. Yeager was from Milwaukee, and he brought into the band a friend, also from Wisconsin, Manitowoc to be precise. His name was Jim Krieger. Jim was a great guitarist, an extraordinary harmony singer, and as musicians, Mason and Krieger were a perfect fit. They hit it off right away. The new band cut an album and embarked on a steady road schedule. They were a great live act with a solid mid-level fan base, but they lacked chart action and they were always broke. By 1976, Dave Mason and his band were painfully aware of rule number one of the music business, which is you gotta have a hit song. Welcome to Wisconsinology on Music, brought to you by 91.1 The Avenue in collaboration with Wisconsinology. I'm your host, Frank Anderson. The Dave Mason Band entered the studio in late 1976 to cut a record that was, in Mason's mind, a make-or-break deal. Producing was Ron Nevison, who had previously engineered Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti and Quadrophenia for The Who. The album was titled Let It Flow, and the lead single for the album was So High, a song penned by Mentor Williams, the writer of Drift Away, a huge hit song for Dobie Gray a few years previous. Released as a single in the spring of 1977, So High never made it into the top 40. The band was in trouble. Luckily, Jim Krieger had written a ballad for the album. We Just Disagree was a personal song about his breakup with a longtime girlfriend who he had known since high school in Wisconsin. Mason loved the song, but never thought of it as hit-worthy. Released in August of 1977, it surprised everyone and shot to number 11 on the Billboard charts. The Dave Mason Band finally had its badly needed hit song and a guarantee of longevity on the concert circuit. The song was everywhere. In 1978, they performed it to an audience of over 250,000 people at California Jam. By 1980, it was even part of Bob Dylan's live set. Jim Krieger, whose nickname was Bruiser, was actually an introvert, gentle and soft-spoken. In total, he performed with Dave Mason for 18 years. In the minds of Dave Mason Band fans around the world, he and Mason were inseparable. In the changed musical landscape of the 1980s, he and Mason decided to go unplugged and perform as a duo. In 1988, sick of California and the business of music, Jim Krieger moved home to Manitowoc. He opened a business and started a legendary band, a polka band called the Happy Schnapps Combo. In 1993, just as he was about to do another unplugged tour with Dave Mason, he unexpectedly passed away. He was 43 years old. The funny thing about hit songs is they last forever. We Just Disagree is a classic rock staple, and it's not going away anytime soon. For Wisconsinology and 91.1 The Avenue, I'm Frank Anderson.
Wisconsinology on Music is presented by Heid Music. Heid Music is your community musical instrument store, proudly supporting live music, music lessons, and music education, with additional support provided by a grant from the Bright Idea Fund from the Community Foundation for the Fox Valley region.